Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls. Welcome to this another brand new day. Yes, indeed, a brand new day where I don't know what it's like where you are. There's not a lot of hope and joy that I've seen so far here in the United States. Thumbs up. Yeah, I imagine you know why if you follow the news. It's the day after Election Day, so, oh boy. But there's other things I want to talk about because I resent current events for forcing me to talk about them. I want to talk about what I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about what I'm forced to talk about, like current events that are so impactful that it's like I have to talk about them because they're on my mind. But I don't want to do that. I want to talk about what I want to talk about. So, for the Shelton, Washington Weather, Plague, Rat, and Spider Report. I woke up early. Oh, I slept so poorly last night. But I don't feel bad. In fact, I'm in a really good mood, which is weird considering elsewise what's happened. Because even though I went to bed like 9 o'clock, and I woke up a bit afterward, wasn't sure what time it was, so that's why, I didn't really know what time it was. Looked in the clock, 2 hours had passed, and I was awake. So it just went like that for hours and hours and hours until 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm gut pain. Ow. And then 3:30, finally, I get up. I just got to go take care of business. So I get dressed, head downstairs, take care of business, so my gut doesn't hurt anymore. But it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning now. I wake up naturally at 5:30 if gut pain doesn't wake me up. And you have to give people 2 hours to go into the sleep cycle and back. So if there's less than 2 hours, you're going to be logy if you wake up at your normal time, or you're going to sleep longer, or you're just not going to sleep. So I just stayed up. I've been up. Well, yesterday when I went walking in the rain to get some food and some drink for me, I wasn't able to get cat food. And this morning, I didn't have any cat food. So I can tell you that it's raining in Shelton because I walked to Safeway at 5 o'clock in the morning and got back here at 6 so I could feed my kitty cat. So I don't know if it's going to be raining all day. But it was lightly raining. I sometimes used my brolly, sometimes not. The whole walk back, I used it because it was just that much. So joy. But life is life. Plague rat, of course. People walking through 5 o'clock in the morning. People going through Safeway. No mask. Pulled down so the nose is open. Oh, I can only hope. Past that. Spider report. The tiny spider down there is doing well. There was a spider battle sort of thing that went up there yesterday between a bunch of the longity-leggedy types, and one was traveling around, went way down, and then crawled back up. But when it started going across the ceiling, I had to chase it away. I poked at it, it came down, I tried to move it around on its web, but instead it fell down to the floor and sort of skittered backward toward that wall. That's fine. It wasn't up there going to come down on my head, so that's good. So there's still a big old spider up there. There's spiders everywhere. These are only the ones that I can see. Now, the one up in the window, she's still there. And the one in the corner, still there as well. Now they're all eating, so that's good. Definitely a thumbs up. And my kitty cat, of course, she's either sleeping on some stuff that I have stacked underneath the windowsill, or is up in the windowsill directly where the stuff used to be that the spider attached her web stuff to. So joy on that. Well, weather, plague, rat, and spider report. Thumbs up for that. That's my phrase du jour, apparently. I do have some other things that I want to talk about because this one was amazing. Last night, as stated, I walked to Safeway. I took a loop upward because I wanted to get some extra mileage in because it being raining, I didn't want to walk to Walmart. So I didn't walk a full 6 mile round trip. But I walked further than just the 3-mile round trip, just normal in town would be. So that part was good. But when I got downtown, we have a docks area that used to have a plant, and the plant is mostly shut down, but they still do stuff. There's still machinery. They still have trains that run back there. And while I was walking, there was a whole bunch of industrial stuff happening. So you could hear just the vague chuff, chuff, chuff periodically, or the after effects, like you wouldn't hear the full whump, but you could feel the air, hear the air as it sort of moved a bit. So you felt something, but you couldn't really hear something. A bunch of minor industrial stuff like that happening. In the midst of it, you had also metal just scurrying against other metal, but it wasn't coming across as cacophony or noise. No, these things were hitting. I'm not a musician. I can't tell you what notes were being played, but it was hitting and then sustaining pure notes. It would go like, scrape, and just hit pure notes. So as I'm walking, with that happening off in the distance, with the ambient sound of just cars and rain, it was eerily beautiful. It was almost like being in a Silent Hill movie, except without a feeling of oppression. In fact, it sounded beautiful. It was just eerily beautiful, not malevolent, but all that minor industrial sound and then the pure notes of the metal scurrying against itself. It was incredible. It was just absolutely something out of a movie. So I wish I could have recorded it. I wish I could have had other people hear it too. But, I mean, even if I'd had a phone, it wouldn't have done any sort of justice. It was like the sky that I had seen one time where the clouds were literally melting as a rainbow was going through it. Any camera, unless it had an incredible high-definition range and all that, it would not have done justice to it. It would have been horrible. Just like this. It would have had to have been a real high-quality microphone made for recording outside in that sort of environment. Something off of a phone it's not going to sound good. You wouldn't understand why it sounded good, because it would be awful quality. So, as much as I would have loved to have shared it, unless I had the right equipment to share it, I'm glad I didn't try. Would have been nice to share, but unless I could have shared it fully, glad I didn't try. Not that I can. Thumbs up. But still, that was just kind of cool, and I thought it was neat. Now, I'd also thought I'd talk about this just for some weird reason. I've been playing the game Genshin Impact. And have been playing it for the channel, just not, for my own pleasure. I play some things, for my own pleasure, but largely I play things for the channel, and then I play other things just for my own pleasure because I'm a silly, silly man. Then there's games that I would love to play, like Genshin Impact and all that on my own, but I don't want to play it ahead and spoil it so that while I'm doing the channel play, I'm not coming across it new. I've come across it and I'm just replaying it. I hate doing that. Ties into, I'm in a quest line where I get an incredible feeling of shenanigans. There's shenanigans going on. Playful shenanigans, but it seems like shenanigans nonetheless. And that's hard for me to read. So I don't actually know if I'm feeling that or if I'm not. Where I am on the neurodivergent, neurotypical spectrum, I have a lot of difficulty reading people and reading situations. My wife was really good at that. No matter what book she was reading, she knew what was happening. She could tell who was the bad guy and who was not. I never had any idea. I still don't. I'm always blindsided by the results. I can go through afterward and pick it out, but while it's happening, I don't know how to read it. That's why I have a lot of difficulty relating to people my age. Unless they share my interests so I know how to gauge things, I don't share things in common, and so I don't know how to read a lot of people, and it's just horrible for me. I don't know how to interact with them. I don't know how to interact with people. Joy. So because of that, I'm not sure if I'm sensing shenanigans, because it's just from the way that the main character is acting. The main character of the quest line. There's a guy who says, oh, I want this great and powerful sword. And he's acting kind of silly about it. And the places that you're having to go are, yeah, they're interesting, but if I can figure this out, anyone could have, and you're always having to go back to this fella to go, oh yeah, ha ha ha, ho ho ho, isn't this fun? I think you should look here. So I'm sensing shenanigans. Like I said, playful, nice, fun shenanigans, but I think it's like a case of the quest is not exactly the quest. Now, the one thing that I also wanted to talk about is, I don't know if all guys experience this, because I'm talking about you don't have to be cis, but you do have to own like a set of testicles for this one. So, and it's not any sort of thing, and I don't know how anybody else experiences this, but as a man who owns a functioning set of testicles, one of the things that I have found through my life is when I get excited about something, not bedroom gymnastics excited, but excited about the possibilities of something. Like when I see a game that does something that I think is really cool, and so there's possibilities, I feel an excitement. That manifests itself, and I know that it's that particular type of excitement, because when I feel that excitement, the muscles in my scrotum will tighten in a certain way and pull my testicles in a certain way. I do not know if other guys have this happen. I don't know if other guys have had this happen and go, I don't know to ask, does this happen to everybody? But yeah, so the reason I bring this up is the more I look through the manual, the user guide for Hit Film Express, the more I see what people have done with it, I keep getting that feeling because of the possibilities, the power that's available in it. Now, yes, Russian Timing was very much kind enough to get me a paid version of it, because there's the free version that's really bare bones. And then there's a $10 paid version, a $19 paid version, and a $39 paid version. Each one of those has a bit more put back into it, and then you have to buy packs either from third parties or from the FX Home people that make the software. And then, of course, the Pro version is hundreds, if not almost $1,000 for the high-end version. So there's a lot of power in it, and when I go through it and read up on the stuff you can do and think about the stuff that I'm going to be able to do, yeah, I feel that tightening up, that pulling up, and it's like, ooh. I also get that feeling when I see them advertising, like I say, certain types of video games. Because I seek excitement in my life. I've never had it. And even when I have had excitement, it's not the kind of excitement that I seek. I seek that kind of adventure that we have in video games and in fantasy books. Going out, doing exciting things, killing huge beasts. A battle of brawn and wits where if you make a mistake, you're dead. But on the other hand, of course, I don't want to die. And so whenever I see a video game that offers something that gets even closer to making that a real thing, yeah, I get that tightening. because of the potential. So thumbs up on that. Like I said, I don't know if there is an opposite side, if you just have ovaries, if you're non-binary, if you have no matter where you are on the spectrum, physically and all these things, I don't know what the corresponding feeling is, so thumbs up. Anyway, though, I've also opened up 24 hours worth of comments, my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression and more, I oftentimes get lost. So, my apologies. But we have Confused Owl 29. It's always good to see you in the comments. Thank you so very much for watching through all this time. It is appreciated. Charles Roseman, you are very, very welcome. And Russian Timing as well. Always good to see you in comments as well. Thank you very, very much. And we have Syneresis. I'm Syneresis. Thumbs up and thank you very much. Sebastian Ferris, well, very, very good. A good set of games. And CT Ami, thank you very much for the list. Link. We have A4 Eric, thumbs up. Conspo Lopez, thank you very, very much. We have Ariel Gonzalez and Conspo Lopez. Always good to see him in the comments as well. Ariel Gonzalez, good. Thank you very, very much. Freezing Point Studios, thumbs up. Elder Wolf 569, thank you very much as well for continuing to comment. Essex Hoop, thumbs up. Central YouTube Investigation, thank you very much. We have The Plague Doctor, thumbs up and thank you. Triple M, with 3 M's no less, so it's actually self-referential. I like that. And then we have Rawan, thumbs up and thank you very much. Tommy Nelson, greatly appreciate. We have Nico Bands, thumbs up and thank you. Fan Edits here, thumbs up and thank you. It's itchy right back there. I've got a hair that keeps tickling my ear, I think. Soundmaster Blink, thumbs up and thank you. Christopher Thomas, greatly appreciated. Dark, with 2 R's and 2 K's, thumbs up. Levi Parr, thumbs up and thank you. Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. And Taro Sake, thumbs up and thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thank you also very, very much. When you are depressed, it is very important. You need other voices inside the echo chamber of your skull. Good thing. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out without becoming a Patreon.com patron, I do, but I have a PayPal link down below. If you could check that out, that would be very cool. And if you want to help me out without sending money, I also have the Amazon wishlist link as well. Thumbs up on that. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. So definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could hit the notification button on the subscription bell, that would be cool. Does it work? What does it do? No ideas, but hey, trust big tech. So, the lobster hat wearing duck head of judgment suffers from an excess of scorn. It is always ready, though not eager, to cast that scorn upon those it finds disappointing. Please do not disappoint the lobster hat wearing duck head of judgment. It suffers from an excess of scorn. Black Lives Matter. Damn it, shouldn't even be a point of contention. Why is it? But Black Lives Matter. And justice for everybody. The jackbooted, brown-shirted fascist thugs in police uniforms who keep being brutalized in their homes and on their streets. On American streets. Which is their streets, isn't it? Please, wear a mask. I got a new reusable one, so I wear mine when I go out. You can too. I'm not going to put it on properly, but yeah, you can too. Wash your hands. Try not to touch your face. Practice your social distancing. and just do your best. Practice your self-care. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Please be as safe as you can. We need every single one of you out there. None of you needs to be on a ventilator in a hospital being turned off.